What's going on with the Googan Squad? Okay, so I don't know how many people have seen all the odd things going on with the Googan Squad. It to me almost seems like they're potentially on the way out. And this is all my opinion, just from things I've seen. I mean, I don't have any concrete proof or anything. I'm just kind of going over what I'm seeing, and it just kind of points to them kind of falling apart to me. But if you haven't seen it, I think it was just about 2 years ago, or I guess a year and a half ago, AO Fishing with Norm both decided to part ways with Googan Squad. When that happened, it kind of caused a falling out with Lojo, because I guess Lojo's contract was being renegotiated, and AO and Norm both told him that they were going to probably renew, but then decided not to without telling them. So there was a whole thing going on there. And then I think it was, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 months later, Fishing with Becca and Fishing with the Yak Pack both announced that they had left Googan. And it was strange to me that 4 people that had kind of come on real recently, I mean, I think within the last 2 years before they left, and seemed like they were kind of poised to be being new members, like full-on members like Lojo had become. So it just seems strange. I mean, I guess I can understand if they were only offered so much money to stay on board and it just didn't feel like it was worth it. That makes sense. But it was strange that all 4 of them were quick to leave. And then just about, I don't know, as of filming this video, I think 2 weeks ago, Lojo actually posted a video announcing that he had left the Googan Squad a few months beforehand. That's even crazier to me. That really almost points to something going on in the background that they're not talking about. Like maybe they're, I don't know, having financial trouble or something. And if you haven't seen one of my previous unboxing videos, I kind of went over the financial trouble that it seemed like Carl's Bait and Tackle, which is a sister company for Mystery Tackle Box, whenever their financial trouble, where they've been sold and they were changing a lot of stuff. And their parent company, Catch Co, was actually co-designers, or I don't know if they were lead design, or they at least were the manufacturer for the Googan Squad hard baits. So that kind of, with that going on, people leaving Googan, it was almost like, I don't know, maybe the financial trouble didn't just affect Catch Co and Carl's Bait and Tackle and Mystery Tackle Box, but also the Googan Squad, since they were also heavily involved with the Googan Squad. As of filming this video, I think it's been 3, 4 days, John B, one of the original Googan Squad members, has posted a response video to Lojo's video, basically saying he was still friends with Lojo, who will always be a friend kind of thing. But he also said that he felt like a good amount of what Lojo said was BS. Like Lojo basically exaggerated, which could very well be true. I don't know any of them personally. I just, of course, follow them on YouTube and other socials, but I don't know. It's weird. We got those 4 people that were affiliated with Googan Squad, and then an official Googan Squad member leaves, and John B is saying that what Lojo said was at least partially BS, which, again, I don't know. I don't know in the inside details. Maybe Lojo was exaggerating stuff. I really don't know. But I think the same day that John B posted his video, Jiggin with Jordan actually posted a video too, saying he's no longer affiliated with Googan Squad. That's even worse to me than some of the other people leaving, because he's been associated with Googan Squad pretty much almost since day 1 with them becoming a group. He was involved with them pretty early on. And he did go over and say he never really got paid by Googan. It was just, he did it because he loved the brand and loved the guys. Other than, I think he said they gave him a boat or something at one point, and he sold that because he didn't really need it, and he made some money off of that. That's about the only money he's ever made from the Googan Squad. One of the really interesting things to me that John B had mentioned was that they are in the process of redesigning their hard baits, which wouldn't sound that out of the ordinary. I mean, keep things fresh. It makes sense to redesign them every so often. And of course, they've gotten some flack about stuff being straight rip-offs of other lures, which it's kind of hard to make a similar style lure not look at least a little bit like another lure. There's only so much you can do with them, really. But one of the things that he mentioned when he was talking about that was that the original company that helped them design those original hard baits has gone out of business, which was news to me. As far as I knew, Catch Co., which he never named them by name, but unless I'm horribly mistaken, they're the ones that helped them design the lures. All their hard baits have Catch Co. written on them, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So yeah, you see there is in collaboration with Catch Co., and that's one of their hounds. That kind of points to me that they might really be having financial trouble themselves. Their major collaborator for all their hard baits and the rods. But to me, the fact that you're a major collaborator for your hard baits, which I would imagine would make most of the money for them, has gone out of business. Who's going to make those lures for them now? So it makes sense that they're redesigning. They've probably got some stock left, but once that's gone, all that income from those hard baits is gone. It makes sense now that they saw this was coming, and they were offering these creators like Norm, Mayo, Becca, and Yak Pack, and Jiggin with Jordan a lot less money than they wanted. It kind of makes sense now. And it also sounded like Lojo's contract was up for negotiations. I think John B had said he wanted like some ridiculous amount more than even like John B was making. Or he didn't specify who, but some of the other original members were making. I don't know, it really seems like there's some financial trouble going on in the background that they're not talking about. I mean, you've also got Flair isn't really doing anything with them. AP Bassing hasn't been doing hardly anything but here and there. I haven't noticed One Rod doing anything recently with them. I know he had left for a little while and came back, but I haven't noticed anything real recent with him. So it's pretty much down to the original four. You got John B, or not even the original four, because AP Bassing, he was one of the original four. But you're down to basically John B, lunkerstv, and then you have Rackley. And I get them wanting to be able to keep the business going, but it sucks seeing these other creators that were so on board with them just kind of almost seem like they're thrown to the side. And it may not be the Googan Squad's fault. It may be because of the Catch Co situation. When that sale happened, they knew they were kind of at ends with their hard bait manufacturer. But it'll be interesting to see what happens going forward. I know Lojo has, in his video, actually talked about how some of the lures he loves, which everything that I've used from them, I've liked. Some of the stuff that I've looked at looks okay, but I can't really say that I would pick it over any other brand. But he went on to say like some of the stuff was great, like the Bandito Bug, which is for sure my favorite Googan bait. And then he named a couple other ones that he thought were terrible. Like he doesn't really like the clickbait. He doesn't like the hound. And I think he posted another video a day or so ago where he bought the worst rated lures from Shills. Googan Products is one of the top ones that were negatively reviewed. And he specifically went and grabbed the hound and clickbait and their buzz bait. And he was talking about how he's caught a ton of fish on the buzz bait, but it doesn't run straight out of the box. You've got to adjust it or it does not run the way it should. He said that's shouldn't have been happening, and I agree with him. But yeah, it seems like there might be some financial problems going on in the background, and again, that Catch Co situation might be part of it. I did just actually get a comment on my Catch Co video. It was one of my Carl's Bait and Tackle unboxings from a few months ago where I talked about the financial trouble, and somebody had commented on that asking for if I had any updates. And other than what John B has said, I at the time didn't have anything, but he mentioned that everything on the Carl's Bait and Tackle website was out of stock. Of course, I went and checked after he said that, and everything that I looked at was showing out of stock. I mean, that's including their house baits. So maybe they're just selling off everything that they can until it's gone, and then they're gonna disappear. I hate to see them go because I really did enjoy buying stuff from them, especially when the Carl's Club was actually worth it, when they had the 20% off automatically on everything, and then 30% off on some stuff too. And when they did away with that, it wasn't worth it to me to have Carl's Club anymore, because their sale prices were their sale prices, whether you had Carl's Club or not. And I don't get to fish often enough to use their tackle insurance, so that wasn't really a big incentive for me. But yeah, with that Catch Co situation, I think Googan Squad's probably hurting right now. And I think that's causing them to have to cut back on their spending. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where they go from here. I definitely would check out their new hard baits when they finally release them, if they do. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think Googan Squad's gonna stick around for a while, or do you think they're on the way out, just like Catch Co and Carl's Bait and Tackle? If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a like. And if you want to see more content like this in the future, make sure you're subscribed. We'll see you in the next one.